Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I just read Dante by Guy Haley, and it's definitely a banger. The book contains two stories, between which it regularly switches. One story sees the Blood Angels pitted against the Tyranids in a desperate battle to slow High Fleet Leviathan's progression, while the other story follows Dante in his youth as we see him transform from a lowly inhabitant of the Salt Plains to the chapter master of the Blood Angels. First of all, I want to highlight the world building in this book. The second storyline largely takes place on Baal Secundus, a radioactive desert planet from which the Blood Angels draw their recruits, and Haley has done an excellent job of turning this planet into a real and immersive setting. The people on Baal Secundus have their own culture, lifestyle and language, while the flora and fauna of the planet is also given some attention. Especially the attention to detail regarding the water management of the inhabitants was something I quite enjoyed. This in turn is also a funny parallel between them and the Blood Angels, as thirst plays a very important role in both of their lives. It's not just the planet that gets some attention, however. The culture of the Blood Angels is also covered in great detail. The Blood Angels are very much portrayed as aristocratic space vampires, which I quite enjoyed reading about. I also really like the character of Dante that we get to see in the other story. Dante has lived for a very long time, as the Imperium only sinks further and further into decline, while his enemies only seem to be getting stronger. This novel does a great job of showing you the weariness and hopelessness that has started to grow in the chapter master, which also excellently contrasts towards the hope and victories obtained by the younger Dante. The only downside of Dante as a character is that he is an immense Mary Sue. Dante is the only Blood Angel to whom the Sanguinor regularly pays a visit, and many of his accomplishments rely purely on luck. So if you're someone who has a big dislike of these "the chosen one" type of tropes, then this might not be the book for you. I personally didn't find it too bothersome, however. Just in general, it was also quite compelling to read about all the trials and struggles of young Dante, from his journey to Angel's Fall to the trials of selection, and from his transformation into a vampire to his transformation into a leader. Even though you already know what the end result of most of these events will be, I still hugely enjoyed reading them. It's also a bit of a change of pace to read a more classical young adult story rather than the endless warfare and combat of many other 40K novels. Finally, I'd just like to highlight Haley's talent for making Space Marines actually seem like transhumans. The Space Marines in this novel never really seem human, but they're also never really inhuman. There are scenes where the Space Marines will act with such a cold-blooded calculativeness that they don't seem human at all. But then there's a scene where you have Dante's old caretaker talking to him in a somewhat fraternal manner, and you get reminded that underneath it all they're still just those young boys that were originally made into demigods. Overall, this balance between human and alien was handled very well. All in all, I give this book 5 out of 5 Bloody Marys. Dante is an excellent character study of the Blood Angels chapter master that also does a great job at painting a vibrant image of the Legion's identity. It has a compelling story, magnificent world building, and a lot of cool lore details about everything Blood Angel. I definitely consider this a must read for all Blood Angel fans and highly recommend every Space Marine fan to give this book a read, even if it's just to see what it's like to become a Space Marine.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing and click ringing the bell to appease the Great Horned Rat. For more lore content, please check my main channel and leave any book recommendations in the comments down below. I gotta get back to reading the next book.